Welcome back to video 5 about my arty book pitch course. So in this final video, we're going to talk about what's in the course. It's 5 weeks and it is live. So that means I will be with you every week. You will have a big workbook that we go through chapter by chapter over the 5 weeks. I'm going to inspire you like crazy, showing you so many great books, but I'm also going to give you the structure to help you make the book. I'll help you dream up and develop your idea for the book. You'll have the support, as I mentioned, in our private Facebook group. Many students create friendships there, but when the class is over, they have a community to be with because the Facebook group stays open, I believe, indefinitely. So you can read all about the details, the schedule, the testimonials, nuts and bolts of the course on the Make Art That Sells website. So how do I know that this is going to be a good course for you? Because I've been teaching online for 10 years and I've taught in art schools like Parsons and San Francisco Academy of Art. I love motivating and giving people structure, creative people. Let me explain my style of teaching in 3 steps. I know that when students feel safe and supported, they do their best work, because making something creative requires a lot of courage, a lot of strength. I get that. You're not just doing dishes. You're doing something that challenges you, and you need support and guidance. Secondly, I break the material into small bits to help you avoid overwhelm, which can happen to creative people when you have lots of ideas. How do you pick? How do you structure? How do you not go, oh my God, all these? I trick I trick you into doing your best work by getting you to play, because play and creativity are kind of one and the same. I have a lot of worksheets and assignments that are fun, very manageable, very doable for all levels. How do I keep my students motivated? Here's one of the main ways. When I first started eCourses 10 years ago, I said to my co-founder, Beth, how are we going to have accountability? When you teach a live course in a real building, or if students are paying money and need the credits to graduate, there's a level of motivation. How do you get people to come back to the screen, to online? I give weekly assignments with a deadline. You have to meet the deadline. You submit your work to a gallery that is private in the classroom on the website. I select a handful for my hour-long live reviews. They're recorded so you can watch at any time. Don't worry about that. But the thing with having a deadline, an assignment, a deadline, and then a review is that people really want to get in the review, so they do the work. It's very powerful. I have a high rate of accountability to the assignments, to all the weeks of class, to producing the work, and it works. But even if you're not selected, and I only do a handful of reviews because it would go on for hours, it's very instructive. You're going to learn. When I point out something that works really well here, you reflect on your piece and go, yeah, that's something I could do. I'm going to try more of that, or something like that. Here's the process of how the course works. First, you'll come up with a lot of ideas. I'll help you with that. I have my sneaky ways, like my vintage books. As I showed you in a previous video, I have a stack of cool vintage books that will give you ideas. There's something about vintage. They're not contemporary. I will also show you loads of contemporary books, a ton of contemporary books to give you ideas. So between the two, you're going to be motivated. You're going to group your ideas into clusters. You're going to see what emerges, what comes out of it, and how to create your own theme and your own format, the structure of the book, We're going to look at how to lay out your chapters, how to break up the material into clusters, into groups. That becomes your table of contents. Then you'll create a few sample pages so the editor and art director know what you're thinking and what your book's going to look like, feel like. You'll create a little summary of the book, a few sentences, paragraph on what your book is about. Don't worry, I will give you examples, actual examples of language you can even use to write about your book. That's my secret formula. You're going to talk about why your book is so cool, why you will love making it. You'll come up with comparables, why your book is like others in the marketplace, but how yours is different, what you bring to it. So it's okay if there are 10 books on mushrooms, but yours is different because of the recipes. I wonder if somebody's actually going to do a mushroom book. I bet a few. That's fine. Take my ideas. I would love it. All the ideas that, I've talked about. Here's what else you're going to get. You're going to get suggested publishers who love art-driven books that you can send directly without an agent. But I'm also going to tell you how to find and pitch to agents. The Facebook, as I talked about. You love books. You love bookstores. You love books. So make your own book. Make your own book. All right. Taught 30,000 students. I love teaching. We're going to have fun together. Now, finally, last thing. Second last, because then I'm going to tell you a super cool thing I'm going to do in this class. Why do you want a book deal or career journaling exercise? Again, get out paper and pencil, stop the video anytime you want if you need more time to write. I love manifesting. Manifesting is visualizing what you want. It does a few things, either psychically attract things that you want, or if that's not your thing, it helps you firm up your idea of what it is that you want to do. It gives more clarity, more direction, more focus. So that's what we're going to play with today. Imagine your nice editor loving your book idea and working with you. I want you to picture that. You're on the phone or you're emailing, and they say, what do they say to you? Oh, I love this chapter. I'm really excited about seeing what you write for this. And how about those images you had in chapter 2? Let's do more of that in chapter 3. What are they saying to you? I find this very useful for all my different creative work because it helps me ameliorate fear, anxiety, and reminds me of the excitement. Now let's talk about your process. Where are you sitting? You're getting paid to sit and make this book. So where? We talked about this before, but I want you to really picture it, make a little sketch right now. Where are you sitting to make your book? What is that like? Are you using art supplies? What art supplies? Are you curled up on a plane somewhere with your iPad doing your Procreate drawings? So think about that. Are you taking photos? Are you doing flat lays? And don't worry if you have a complete blank. Don't worry. It's going in there. It's going in and it's mushing around and it'll do its work for you. I want to tell you about, this is cool. One of my artists did research for her book by going to the Grand and Majestic British Library, which she told me has every book ever published in the whole world in there, something like that, every single book. And you can imagine the grandeur, the gravitas of the place. So she loved doing that for her research. Maybe you travel to 5 cities and draw every bead shop or art supply store, or go to quirky little towns and draw their coffee shops. You can come up with any theme you want. And we'll talk about how to make sure it's the best theme you can do. Maybe you want to do a book on how you became an artist, or you want to list interview your teachers from when you were a child. I don't know. Does anything pop in your mind? Write down, take a minute to write and scribble your ideas. They're all good seeds. Don't worry if it's not the right idea yet, or the idea you come up with, you're learning to generate book ideas, book themes, book concepts. And last, I want to leave you with this. I'm really excited. I will select a student at the end of the course to help them with their pitch for a one-on-one, 1 hour with me privately to go over what they've done in class, their assignments, and to really help them. And I can cover a lot in an hour with a student. It's something I don't do. You can't pay to get a consultation with me because I have my artists and my courses. I don't do this, but I will do this for a student in class. So go to makeartthatsells.com and sign up for my arty book pitch. And I really want to see you in there. I'm excited to see all the cool books you're going to make. I know you will. I know how this goes. And I'm very excited. Thank you so much for your time and allowing me to explain the course to you. I will see you in class. Bye.